G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a furious plus 50% limb damage pipe rifle. Yep, just a basic ass pipe rifle. Have I covered this weapon before? I don't think I have. So here we are. This thing is back from Fallout 4. The textures of this thing look a lot cleaner. It's not covered in rust anymore, which, you know, makes it feel a little bit more like it's gonna actually fire bullets, not immediately explode when, you know, the bullet explodes inside it and fires out the barrel. But yeah, it's a whole different system to this weapon when it comes to everything else, because it's all friggin' tuned off, what's it called? Licensed plumber, because, I don't know, it's just different to everything else. Sure, I'll buy it. Anyways, so 29 damage out of this thing, powerful auto receiver, true barrel, true stock for hipfire accuracy, perforating magazine. Normally I'd go stinging, but that's only 3 bullets more for less penetrating armor effect. So in the name of, like, the best damage we can get, I'll sacrifice 3 bullets for a little bit more armor penetration, glow reflex sight, suppressor, VATS usage, and obviously stealth for the suppressor. Let's get to upgrading this thing with a few perks. It is an automatic rifle, so obviously we're going to chuck on some commando perks. We're going to have concentrated fire for VATS accuracy and, you know, hitting stuff, because, you know, that extra limb damage is going to help out when we shoot them a lot. And we've got tank killer here for, you know, penetrating through even more armor and, you know, inducing stagger, which is pretty good. The extra couple of points that I had, you know, this is only rank 3 of licensed plumber, I just chucked into first aid. If I get shot a lot, I can regenerate more health when I inevitably use a stim pack, thanks to, what's it called? Born Survivor and Bloody Mess for even more damage on that. It is nighttime right now, so Mr. Sandman will increase our sneak attack critical damage and stack it well with Covert Operative. In fact, I'm going to take that out and put that on so I get even more. 3.7 times 53. Quite a bit of damage, but yep, it's only a humble pipe rifle, so we can't expect the world out of it, but I'm going to make it work, damn it. Let's get started. Although, since I haven't gone over a pipe gun before, I might as well just show off the attachments. So a lot of this stuff you find is basically the same from Fallout 4, except for all the new ones like Speedy, Snappy, Severe, or Fine Tuned. Basically, all of those, I wouldn't recommend it. I always go for the most highest damage receiver, because, you know, it's good to have those extra damage for those criticals, like with the tweaked auto, but unfortunately, you're going to sacrifice a little bit of damage. You're not popping crits 100% of the time, so I always go with a full damage one. You've also got the prime receivers here. I don't appear to have the automatic prime receiver, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time crafting 38s of the Ultra Sight variety. I feel like having the 38s, I've got 11,000 these bad boys. Yeah, I can use a few of those, fine, sure. For the barrels, basically the same thing. You've got all the true aligned ones and the standard ones, which are completely useless when when you can get extra benefits out of those. So nothing too much going on here. Of course, you've got the same sort of thing, except you've got all the grips. So if you want to use this as a pistol platform, replace the stock with a grip, and that means it's a pistol. So there you go. Moving on to the magazines, like I said before, usually I go for a stinging mag, but that's only 3 more bullets for a lot less armor penetration, and the drum mag is only like 18 bullets, which is not a lot, to be honest. It's a kind of a shame how low you get out of the drum mag these days. Of course, reflex sight for VATS usage. Yep, you get some recon scopes if you feel like it. I have used a recon scope on this in the past, but yeah, they just take up too much AP whilst you fire. Unfortunately, using these sights is not great. You don't get a perfect reference of where you're actually aiming, so that's why I chucked on the true barrel and stock for hipfire purposes. And of course, the suppressor is just a no-brainer. That's for stealth purposes. If they can't hear us, we get more sneak attack criticals, we get more damage. Would you believe that you need lead and steel and gunpowder to make the bullet? I don't have ammo smith on or super duper, but I'm not going to craft any anyway. But yeah, that's what you require for it. Alrighty, so here we are outside of where the ghouls ought to be, and I think we've just interrupted a deer mating ritual. Ah yes, 3.7 times sneak attack criticals. The question is, do I have a spawn? The answer was no, this server's bad. Alrighty, new server is daytime, so stand by whilst I switch out some perks. Mr. Sandman can go away. We'll swap that for an extra rank of the Sneaky Sneak, and chuck on Marathoner 2. Why the hell not? That's something to fill it up. Alrighty, we'll get started on the Super Mutants, and Fear the Mighty Pipe Rifle. We'll see how we go. Still got full chameleon, but if we really need to switch over, hold on, that's another thing of switching servers. Got to unequip and re-equip your gun. and then get T-posed on by a super mutant warlord. Yes, you just need to do... Hang on, there's blood things around. I better have a full spawn here, because not having full spawns gets old real quick, alright? So we are pushing the range a little bit with this thing from here, but yeah, that damage doesn't really sell you the weapon, does it? But let me tell you something, once we get our adrenaline up, we can actually do quite a little bit of damage to these guys. No legendaries as of yet. We'll quickly just hip fire that guy. No use using VATS when we're out of AP. But yeah, that's what the reflex sights look like. They're not great. I don't like them. It just leaves a whole lot of dead space. You kind of have to eye it off the middle. And then if you add Chameleon into the mix of that, then she's no good. So 81 damage. That's still not as much damage as we get for like a single shot out of a handmade. But 81 damage from a pipe rifle is 81 damage. Now, we haven't really seen too much of the limb damage benefits of this thing thus far, but I'm guessing if we go and take on something like a Scorched Beast and it's flying a little bit out of range... Hang on, we crippled that guy's noggin before we killed him. In fact, that was an instant cripple. Yeah, right. Okay, that's cool then. But still, yes, if we can take out the health of a Scorched Beast head, that's going to lower its perception, meaning it's going to make it a little bit easier for us to stay, you know, hidden. So there's a little bit of merit to the limb damage thing. Normally I don't rate it, but there is a little bit of tactics you can do with it by just attacking limbs over and over. So a very good thing for concentrated fire, yes. Okay, you join me at the ghouls now because the servers are just trying to piss me off tonight. And to do even worse, basically all of these ghouls are sleepers, which means VATS ahoy! We're going to be using this basically 24/7. Thank you very much, Gunfu. Oh, that one was actually a walker. And we got a nocturnal pipe gun. Ooh, nice. Yeah, everyone's basically a sleeper. It's really hard to see what's coming around the corner when everyone's a bloody sleeper. We'll just hop over this fence here. Just gotta make do with what we have. So goddamn hard to hit, especially when they start slipping and sliding. Because you can't actually read their animations to figure out where they go so that you might start leading your shots. They just sort of slip and slide all over the place. But luckily, we've got a nice turnout here. They're just... Literally everyone's respect to sleeping. What the fuck? Okay, sure, whatever. I'll accept this. At least it's a spawn, right? I'll take anything at this point. Having botched spawns it just gets old, you know? Alright. So that probably didn't go as well as I thought it would. You know, being completely blindsided by a ghoul that I couldn't see. Can't really predict that shit, but, you know, we live and learn, right? Okay, what have we got over here then? Just a random ass ghoul. See, when we get those sneak attack criticals on these bastards, well, we're laughing. We are just... We're laughing. We've got no problem, but when they're just attacking me out of, you know, cloak vision, which is kind of what I'm using to fight them now, so I guess it's like kind of payback, that's when we start having problems. I think a few of these guys were unmarked legendaries too, so at least I'm getting a bit of script out of this, if nothing else. Now the good thing about that is I'm almost at 1,000 on this character, and I actually think we're done here, so pretty damn good in a crowd control situation, provided you can use all of the stealthy bonuses to your advantage. And now we've got 99 damage, I'm not even sure, okay, that's still at adrenaline 60, so yeah, 71 just resting without it thanks to adrenal reaction, which is getting better. Yep, that's definitely better damage than what we had before. Extreme close-ups too. Alrighty, so now we're inside and it looks like we've got a wealthy population, or a lot of population in here, and of course we've switched over to Unyielding now, so now we're Unyielding Stealth Commando, which means we have like 355 AP, and we could get even more, but just look how many AP we use per bullet, or on the proportion to the bar that we're using when we actually shoot this thing. See, the main limitation to my VATS runs now is going to be this lame-ass mag size, which I was thinking of chucking on quick hands, but that's only an 18%. That's not going to happen consistently enough for me to actually rate that perk all that much. Perhaps if I was using shit like double barrel shotguns, where it's got 2 shots and then you reload, where you're reloading that thing constantly. I feel like that's definitely a better use of a thing like that. So, you know, hey, there's some more Unyielding stuff now. Ooh, it's marine stuff. It's 1 star, but you know, if it's more marine unyielding stuff, then I'm totally taking that. And that was Mad Max and his super mutant doggo, so that's them taken care of. We can make sure we make a mental note that we don't have to go back and take those dudes out. No problem with this thing, at least without chameleon armor with in here. I guess it's because we've got super high agility at the moment. I think would still be more hidden or more stealthy with chameleon stuff because it does stack, but it's hard to resist having all of that extra AP because at no points in this particular run have I actually ran dry, and obviously if I'm killing stuff really quickly like this and getting huge gun food chains, it's hard to say or hard to not recommend this. Would I recommend it over chameleon? Well, I'm in danger now, so, you know, depends on how much you want to keep your sneak attack criticals, how good your build is to keep pumping out damage regardless of, you know, whether you're spotted or not. If I was running chameleon, probably wouldn't have been seen by that guy. That being said, I probably could have stepped around the corner and crouched to, you know, activate not Born Survivor, that's a completely different perk. Actually, Psychotats, I'll pinch those, thank you. What's it called? Escape Artist. If I was to proc that, I probably would have gotten to Caution right away because that perk is just so damn good. Alright, we'll kill the dude on the piss break. There he is. Standing at a urinal as usual. He just is, I don't know. Is there a disease that makes you piss lot? Because that super mutant definitely has it. There we go. A little bit of a botched attempt of, oh, he dropped me a drill. Prick. I'd rather something that I could scrap for script, please. Although it appears that I've landed myself in a legendary server because legendaries have been dropping like heaps, so that's nice. Nice little visual bug with the end of the barrel there. Have you noticed that in this game? If you go up close to a thing and you stick your barrel through it, everything goes all pixelated, which is fun. There we go. There's some more stuff. Probably right to just hold out here, but for the sake of keeping this thing going, we'll keep on moving. See, at this point I've got a lot of adrenal reaction as well as the extra unyielding ability, so it all syncs together very nicely. If you had, say, a bloodied pipe auto gun, pipe auto rifle, then you'd be very good with that. That'd probably be the best to have. Not necessarily an explosive one. Maybe if you got a quad one, because the ammo capacity of these does leave a lot to desire. Although it might be more realistic cramming, say, only 12 bullets into that tiny little mag of this rather than what was in, I don't even know how many was in Fallout 4, I can't even remember. So I don't really rate pipe guns all that much in either games, but as you can tell, with a good loadout, you can pretty much drop everything in a couple of hits. The prefix is basically doing nothing now. It's all just the sneak attack criticals granted by my build that's actually giving me this shit. So, you know, I could be going just as fine right now without all of this extra nonsense there. And Chameleon would have saved us from that. But that's okay. I think we're done now, and now we can move on to some bigger super mutants. So yay, and maybe I'll figure out another place to go to because apparently people are getting bored of this place. You try to name a place with as many super mutants, as many things to kill as this place. I'll wait. Alrighty, we might actually see the Furious effect do something good here. So, you know, we're all on the edge of our seats right now, aren't we? Ooh, can't quite one mag him. Not that it matters, because we could just get him with the next shot in our next mag, but, you know, still pretty good performance. It is but a... stop doing that, Swan. It is but a humble pipe gun, and what I can do here is just raise my damage even more if I feel like it. I've even got Radworm, so I can speed this up. Okay, you know the drill. It's time to eliminate a local infestation of crabby dudes, and also hit the wrong target in VATS, but succeed anyway. That worked better than expected. Alright, you're dead. The Mylurk Queen's already out. She's out for a morning stroll, so let's just disturb the peace even more. So I'm at Nerd Rage right now with 50%. No, let's make that 60%. We'll drop the Queen and review how much damage this is doing. And now you are crippled. Let's take those nasty spitters out from you. And you still huck loogies at me anyway. Okay, whatever floats your boat, game. Okay, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So, this thing, that 125, we've hit over the 125. Meanwhile, this thing's doing like almost 400. Yeah, they're about the same, really. They're about the same power. So, you know, it's hard to recommend one over the other, isn't it? Okay, time to fight this Scorch Beast, and at the same time I'll put my little theory into practice, which I can use this thing's limb damage to cripple the head for extra stealthy powers, because, you know, it takes out their eyeballs or something, or its senses of sight, of echolocation. Hang on, there's an angry mob of Protectrons here. Look, I'd shoot them, but that'd take fucking ages, so I'm going to toss a grenade and blow up the grenade when it's right there. See, I technically killed them with my pipe gun, so, you know, that's totally fair. And it's played the stinging music like I'm under attack, but that's really not the case, now is it? That should be 60 adrenaline now. We'll bust that noggin of yours, and almost one mag you. Yeah, stop doing that, please. You're gonna kill me in a second. Alright, who's left then? Still in caution, have a look around, spam that little stealth, that VATS button actually. This is the stealth button. It made me teabag. Well, not. Why not enjoy that little victory, Winter? Okay, we can do that faster. I'm gonna wait until night, and then we'll kill another one. Alright, clock rolled over 6 PM, so according to my knowledge of the game, that means we can start doing sneak attack criticals of the 3.7 time kinds. But first, we need to gather some adrenaline, so we'll befall some of his comrades. Hopefully that won't totally aggro him. Or we could just do it like that. Yeah, that's a lot quicker. Who needs adrenaline, right? You can just get heaps more damage with those sneak attack crit bonuses. Anyways, so there you have it. That was a furious crippling pipe gun. Did you expect it to go this good? Of course you did. It's me using it. If I can't make it work, then it's a broken piece of shit weapon that shouldn't be in the game. Looking at you, broadsider. Okay, well, this definitely was a surprisingly powerful weapon for me. I knew it was going to go, well, at least against Scorch Beast, because obviously, I've killed Scorch Beast with a level 1 pipe gun, so level 50 pipe gun should be a piece of cake, even without the Furious and the Crippling effector. But yeah, that seems to work together very well. If the enemy's a little bit too tough, you could always just, you know, just shoot him in one spot until it breaks, and if it's the head, it means free stealth, basically. So there you go, a little bit of extra commentary about a thing that I usually don't rate, and now I do kind of rate it now that I sort of think about it. So, you know, thinking about stuff is fun, I guess. I keep hearing stuff. I think I'm going mad. Alright, time for me to go to bed. What's the time right now? It's like 2 AM. Thank you for watching, guys.